What's up, everybody? Today we're at Six Flags America. Yesterday was Saturday. I took a much needed day off. We've done 17 theme parks in a row already with no breaks. I mean, Darien Lake only took a few hours, so I guess I technically had a rest day that day too, but still I did ride rides that day. So today we're back Sunday here. Doesn't look too busy yet, but yeah, this park should be interesting. They have two of the same rides as Darien Lake, that being Ride of Steel and Mind Eraser, so I already know what those are like, but the rest of the lineup, I'm not really sure how it's gonna be. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this park has got, and I will see you guys once we are inside. All right, we're in the park. I headed all the way back, and now I'm heading to the left. Definitely like the vibe so far. Lots of like colonial theming, American flags, patriotic stuff, and it is called Six Flags America. And we are like 10 minutes away from the capital of the country, so it makes sense. But anyway, that's weird. They got an area blocked off over there. I don't know if that's closed for the day. It looks like where Mind Eraser is. I kind of heard online that they were planning on closing like the area, but I didn't know it was so soon. But hopefully we can get on that. But yeah, I don't know where we're gonna ride first, but I see Firebird over here, so that might be it. I'll let you guys know once we get to our first ride. Alright, just got off Firebird. I asked one of the employees if that area where Mind Eraser is actually already closed, because I know online the horrible new president of Six Flags, or the president or CEO or whatever, said that it was going to be closed for the rest of the year. And yeah, he said literally last week they did that, so I'm not going to get the credit. Boo-hoo. It's an SLC, like it's not the end of the world. One credit. But Roar wasn't open yet either. They said they're going to open it up later, but it's just not open yet. So Firebird ended up being the first ride of the day, and that's definitely got to be the worst B&M. The layout's not really exciting. It's not really tall or big, and there's only two inversions. It kind of felt like Patriot at California's Great America, but the thing is, this ride makes you headbang so much, like it hurt. Like I probably headbanged like 10 times. Like every turn, every transition, every inversion, it just shakes. Like it's not rough like you're vibrating, but it shakes, if you know what I mean. So not a great way to start the day, but I don't know what's up next. I'll see you guys at the next ride. All right, I think Joker's Jinx is up next. It just looks like a spaghetti bowl coaster, lots of inversions, so I'll see you guys after, let you know how it is. Alright, so Joker's Jinx. It was cool. I think I've heard this online. I don't know if I have, but if I have, it makes sense. I think that was literally just a clone of Flight of Fear, but outdoors. So, you know, not as cool because it's not like dark and all that kind of stuff, but it was still fun. There's a couple good inversions, and the whole ride is head choppers because you're twisting through the supports and the other piece of the track. So yeah, it's a fun ride. Nothing crazy, but you know, another credit. From on the ride, I could see, and I can kind of see, I'll get a shot of it. Superman is stuck on the lift. I don't think there's anyone on it. They might be testing it, but I don't even think I'm going to bother going back there yet, just because it's kind of a waste of time if I can't get on that. And I didn't see Batwing running either. I don't even know if that's going to be open. I really hope it is, because it would be cool to get on a couple of Flying Dutchmen, but if not, it's whatever. I mean, we already know Mind Eraser is not going to open it all today, so if the whole day is going to be like that, whatever, that's just how it's going to be. So anyway, I'll see you guys once the next thing happens, and I'll also show you guys a shot of Superman being stuck up on the lift hill. All right, just when I was going to take a shot of Superman sitting on the lift, it started going again, and it looks like it's about to make it back to the station. So I don't know if they're going to let me on, but I guess I'll just go see if I can get on it while I'm over here. Also, kind of funny to think about it, Superman is in the Gotham City section of the park. That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know if there is or isn't a DC universe here, but it's just kind of funny that Superman's in Gotham. Anyway, yeah, I'll try to get on that. I'll update you guys once the next thing happens. Alright, just got off Superman. It is still a great ride, but I will say this is definitely the worst of the 3 Superman hypercoasters. This one is a clone, sorry, the ride's loud. This one is a clone of Ride of Steel from Darien Lake, but the reason this one's worse, it definitely ran a little bit rougher. And I will say that they are running 2 trains on everything here, which is great, especially because it's a Sunday, but it's dead. Like, I just rode twice in a row, but the restraints on like Millennium Force are the T-bars, right? And that's what they have on Ride of Steel. But here they have the T-bars, but they also have shin guards, and they have like a metal bar on each side. So you basically have none of the freedom that T-bars give. Plus, they're honestly a little bit painful. Like, as you're going over the airtime hills, those shin guards really dig in. So anyway, it was still a fun ride, and I'm glad I rode it. But I got a ride in the back and a ride in the front. The shin guards didn't dig in as bad in the front, but obviously it was a little bit more intense in the back. So depends on if you're willing to suffer for the fun. But yeah, definitely still the best one is Superman the Ride at New England. So anyway, I think Batwing, they said, is opening up at 12, so I'm super glad I'm gonna get to ride my first Flying Dutchman. So I think that's what we're gonna do next. I will see you guys once the next thing happens. Alright, just got off Batwing. That's got to be the best ride in the park. That's better than anything I've ridden so far. And I've already ridden Superman and Joker, and I know Roar is painful. But anyway, yeah, that ride is very disorienting in like such a good way. Like, you think since it's a flying coaster, it'd be very similar to B&M Flyers, but it's so different. Like, you'd have to ride to understand. On B&M Flyers in the station, the track's above you and it tilts you like that. On this one, it lays you down on your back, all at the chain lift, and I didn't really like that because the sun was kind of blinding. But there are moments in the ride where it flips you on your back, and like B&Ms never do that, so it was interesting. And instead of a pretzel loop, it had a loop on your back, like a vertical loop. So it was very strange, but I enjoyed it. I definitely liked it better than the Superman Ultimate Flight B&M Flyer clones. Yeah, I mean, it was better than those. Tatsu's obviously better because it's taller and has that huge pretzel loop, but still very fun. My number one in the park so far. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna ride next, but we're gonna go ride something or we're gonna grab food. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I will see you guys once the next thing happens. All right, I decided to stop and get food, and it's actually a pretty nice looking burger. See here with 2 onion rings and fries. It's got all the veggies on it, sausage and everything. It looks good. So I'm gonna eat and let you guys know how it is after, and then we're gonna go ride more roller coasters. All right, food wasn't bad for Six Flags standards. Next ride is gonna be Wild One. One of the 2 wooden coasters here, and I haven't heard anything about this, so I'm assuming it's less painful than Roar. But anyways, I'll get a ride and I'll let you guys know after. I just got off the Wild One, and it was actually a pretty good ride. I rode up in the front because I know these older wooden coasters can be rough, And it did beat me up a little bit, so I'm definitely not going to ride it again in the back, because if a wooden coaster's rough in the front, it's going to be painful in the back. So yeah, but it actually had some great pops of airtime. That final helix had decent forces on it, but it was actually a really fun ride. And if it was smooth, I definitely would have given it a ride in the back to see. But yeah, you get great pops on all those hills. So it was actually pretty fun. So I would just say probably ride towards the front, because if it was a little bit rough up there, it's going to be pretty painful in the back. Anyway, all we got left over here is, it looks like we got Raging Cajun over here. It looks like a Zamperla Wild Mouse. It's probably going to be the first line of the day, because Wild Mouses normally build up lines because they're horrible capacity. But I'm going to ride it for the credit. So yeah, I'll see you guys after we ride that. Oh gosh, I just got off Raging Cajun. That was like the most insane spinning ride I've ever ridden. Honestly, the first Wild Mouse section where it does the regular old Wild Mouse turns was dumb. It was just turn, 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 nothing great. But when it started spinning, it spun so fast, and it really didn't stop spinning till the end of the ride. But I will say, when it stopped spinning, it didn't like gradually stop, and I was spinning super fast. It just crunched and stopped. And I feel like the best way I can describe it is, it felt like getting T-boned. Like, it felt like I got in a car accident. It stopped so suddenly, it kind of hurt. But yeah, definitely one of the better like spinning Wild Mouses I've ridden. It didn't have any crazy like overbank turns or like huge spinning airtime hills like some of the other ones I've ridden, like the Pandemonium clones, but it just spun so much, and it spun the whole time it was supposed to spin. So yeah, I mean, not a terrible ride. Best rides definitely so far still Batman and Superman. And then since Mind Eraser is closed, I think the only real ride we have left is Roar. So I'm heading that direction now. I don't think I really want to get any reroutes or anything here. I already rode Superman and Batwing both twice, so I'll figure out what I want to do after Roar. But yeah, I'll see you guys once we get to the next thing. Sorry, excuse me. I will see you guys once we get to the next thing. All right, real quick, I'm gonna ride the Kitty Ride. It looks like they're gonna let me on it. It just says you have to be over 42. It doesn't say there's a maximum height. So yeah, I'm gonna ride that. Get the credit. Alright, so yeah, they did allow me on the kiddie coaster. This is the same kiddie coaster I've ridden at the past 2 parks I've been to, 2 or 3. They had it at Hershey, they had it at Dorney, and I think there was a different one at Great Adventure. But either way, they put this kiddie coaster everywhere. They have it at Magic Mountain, they have it at Discovery Kingdom. It's at a lot of parks, so whatever. Obviously just wrote it for the credit. And now we're gonna head over to Roar, and that's gonna be the last coaster of the day. I'm a little bit bummed that Mind Eraser's closed, not because I want to ride an SLC for fun, but I'm probably never going to get that credit, because unless they like put an amazing new ride here, there's no reason to really come back. It's super far out of the way. Like, I guess if you're going to Hershey, it's like the halfway point between Hershey Park and King's Dominion, but like at the same time, there's like really no real point to come to this park unless you literally have a Six Flags pass and you're passing by. But I mean, Batwing's cool, but there's, I think they have one of those at Carowinds, right? So you can ride that there. And Superman, you can ride that at Darien Lake, and it's still not as good as the one in New England. But anyway, honestly, I will say it's not the worst park ever. Like, a lot of people say this is the worst park and that they have nothing good here. Like, I mean, the Wild one was a pretty decent wooden coaster, and obviously, like I said, Superman and Batman were both great. But I mean, I could understand. It's not, I don't think it's low tier, like bottom of the barrel. Like, I think it's better than Darien Lake, The Great Escape, you know, a couple of the smaller parks. But it's definitely, I think it's a little bit below like Discovery Kingdom, definitely below Great America, New England, Magic Mountain, Great Adventure, all those. So anyway, yeah, just gonna go grab a ride on Roar, and then that probably should do it. I'm contemplating if I want to go to the water park and float around a little bit, just because King's Dominion is only 2 hours away from here, and it's still the afternoon, so I'd just be waiting around all day, and I did rest yesterday, so I might ride some water slides and maybe swim in the pool. I don't know. I'll figure that out after we ride Roar, though, so I'll see you guys after that. All right, just got off Roar. feel like people say it's like the roughest coaster ever, and it's not. Like, people don't say that, but there was a couple rough patches, but like 90% of the ride's a little shaky, but not terrible. There was only like 2 or 3 spots where it like was really bad, like shaking side to side and up and down. So I definitely still think they should RMC this like they did the one at Discovery Kingdom. Joker's a pretty decent ride. I feel like they could do something better with this though. If they just made the angle of ascent on the lift a little higher, they could make it a straight drop instead of a twist and just make it a better ride. But either way, yeah, definitely RMC it, but not as horrible as people say. The Boss was definitely rougher, and Screaming Eagle way rougher. So yeah, and also I rode it in the back row because the front row was like the first half of the train was taken, and you know me as an enthusiast, it would literally hurt my soul to sit in the middle. I do not sit in the middle. It's either the very back 90% of the time or like the front on all wood coasters like that where it hurts. So if it wasn't that bad in the back, I can imagine it'd be pretty decently smooth in the front. So, and a couple good pops of airtime actually. So yeah, it wasn't a horrible ride. I would probably put it above Raging Cajun and the Kiddie Coaster for sure. And that's probably about it. I would still say the other wooden coaster is more fun because it's a little bit smoother. But yeah, that's gonna about do it. It's sprinkling and it looks like it's gonna rain for the next few hours. So, I mean, as you can see right now, it's not like dumping or anything. There's just a few drops of rain here and there. But I think I'm gonna get out of here. It's only taking a few hours to get everything done. And like I said, it's a Sunday and it's completely dead. So as long as you guys don't come on a Saturday, you'll be fine. And honestly, if you did come on a Saturday, you'd probably still be able to ride everything. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the park here. And obviously, since it's raining, I'm not gonna really wanna go to the water park. So yeah, that is about it, I suppose. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see here. Tomorrow is going to be King's Dominion, and I'm probably going to be there for like 2 or 3 days. I don't know if they have a water park there, but I might do their water park for 1 day just because I'm not going to really need 3 days there. But yeah, that'll be out next. So appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you want to see when the next videos are coming out. And I will see you guys in the next one at King's Dominion. Peace.